Ha! Hey, what is going on, crypto people? Happy Generational Wealth Wednesday to each and every one of you. I had to check for a second. Is it Wednesday? Yes, it is. Wow, what an exciting time to be an early adopter in this new asset class that is the digital asset space. Listen, my friends, you and I were playing a game that 99.99% of the masses, they don't even know is being played. And we are winning. Listen, let's go over the market. Let's go over the numbers because the market is just doing what the market does. The total cryptocurrency market cap is over 2 trillion, still 2.04 trillion. The Bitcoin dominance is at 49%. And last we checked, if that Bitcoin dominance doesn't begin to do its thing in the 60% or so range, no altcoin season is going to happen. Not the real altcoin season where all projects are just screaming. Bitcoin is trading at $51,246. I thought it was at 50,000, but I guess not. It's 51,246. Ethereum is at $2,921. $2,921. XRP is trading at 54 cents. 54 cents. Interesting stuff. Again, the market's just doing what it does. The 7 days, not a lot of double-figure greens on the 7-day. I see Caspa here at number 26. Caspa, the KAS token, is up 23% on the 7-day. I'm looking into stacks here. It's that layer 2 stuff on Bitcoin. Haven't made the purchase yet, but I'm kind of doing my homework and doing my due diligence. Cosmos with the great ethos and ecosystem is awesome as well. Filecoin's 25% on the 7-day, and Hedera Hashgraph, shout out to the HBAR community, up 26% on the 7-day. Listen, the market's just doing what it does. We're not at 3 trillion, so we're not back to the all-time highs for the total cryptocurrency market cap as of yet. We're at 2 trillion. So we'll look at it. We'll continue to hold the stables on the sideline in expectation of some stuff coming back to the 32 to 36K for Bitcoin. I wanted to share this tweet again with you guys from panels. I know I shared it yesterday, I believe, as well. And I think it's hugely important to really get it. He says a couple of things here. Ripple's use case, no matter how successful, will do nothing for XRP's price, as ODL is about buying and selling XRP in seconds. So zero demand for XRP from that use case. Zero demand. It's just got to understand that there's no demand for the asset there. It's just got to understand that. To create the demand, it's going to need to bring stuff on chain to make that happen. It's got to be on chain, and it has to be in a way where you can create storage demand. He says, all this time I see from XRP holders saying, I only care about Ripple and nothing else, from XRP holders. Now, it's being promoted by people who will own stock in Ripple, right? By way of link to, right? At this time, all this time, I see from XRP holders, from some XRP holders saying, I only care about Ripple and nothing else. But they are yet to understand the very basics, and that Ripple payments use case will do nothing for the XRP price because it doesn't create demand for XRP. It's hugely, hugely important to understand that. Hugely, hugely important to understand where we are today. He goes on to say, your hope is DeFi and Web3 apps. Your hope is DeFi and Web3 apps. I'm hearing people constantly referring to the builders, right? You got the XRP entertaining content creators who are saying that we don't need more builders. You got others saying that it's up to the builders, right? And here's what I'll say it's up to the builders. You can't build something if the tools aren't available to build it. Like, you can't build a thing, right? The reason why Anados Finance, DexFi.pro, and Orchestra Finance are a thing today within the last 6 months, maybe 9 months, is because Ripple allowed a proposal for an AMM. That's the only reason why Orchestra Finance, Anados Finance, and Dexify.pro are a thing. Right? It's the only reason that those projects built by builders are a thing. So until we acknowledge the gatekeeper, until we acknowledge the lack of governance in the XRPL ecosystem, nothing's going to change. And you got to acknowledge it and address it. That's where the issue is. It's not because this builders aren't building anything. You can't build a thing if there's no features available to build upon it. And there's a gatekeeper that says, we like this thing, we don't like this. No, we don't really like this thing. No, right? I give you a prime example of it. Right now is this lack of governance, right? And gatekeeper. There's XRPL Foundation member who was saying that he believes EVM sidechain Pierce is not going to do anything for the XRPL. It's kind of saying we're going away from the XRPL. We're doing something over here, right? Why wasn't there a vote or discussion, any kind of thing saying, you know what, this thing might take away from the XRPL. This kind of says we're walking away from the XRPL. Why wasn't there just forum? Why wasn't there voting saying, you know what, let's not do this EVM sidechain thing? As XRP holders, why wasn't there this vote governance thing about it? You know what, this thing might take away. Maybe Thomas, this guy from the XRPL Foundation, is right. Where was the voting? Where was the dialogue? Where was the conversation? As XRP holders, which, by the way, XRP holders are not just retail holders, right? They're builders, right? They're people who build projects and want to build an XRPL, right? There's people at Ripple, right? There's the XRPL Foundation, right? XRP holders who hold the asset. Where's the vote? Where's the governance? Where's the discussions, yay or nay, about this thing, about this EVM sidechain thing? Where was it? I didn't see any. I didn't see any. Maybe there was one. Maybe I missed it. Maybe there were discussions about how this was going to, maybe there was a vote. I don't remember voting because I held the XRP about this EVM sidechain. I don't remember being able to go and look at the proposal and being able to look at the pros and cons because people are adding their input as to the pros and cons of this EVM sidechain. I don't remember seeing that. That's the issue. It's not the builders. That is the issue. That's the issue. And that has got to change. Right? Or you can accept that as an XRP holder, that there is no governance, that you're not able to earn in other different ways like other ecosystems can. You can accept that and move into other ecosystems that do value the fact that you are a holder of the asset. Right? And give you ways to benefit from that. And I look at Flare Finance, Flare Networks right now, not Flare Finance. I look at Flare Networks right now, and it is very, very interesting to me what they're doing. They just introduced, we heard about kinetic markets, right? Kinetic.markets. It's a money market. It's a money market, very, very similar to Aave, if you're familiar with Aave. But it's going to be on the Flare Networks, right? How is kinetic markets able to do that on Flare? Because the tools and features were available to build it. Flare just launched. Flare just became a thing. But yet they have a money market, right? On the thing, money market, Flare, kinetic markets, and now they got a futures protocol. Right? The builders are able to build because the features are available and accessible to build. That's why they're able to build. Where's the gatekeeper? There's no gatekeeper. Anyway, introducing XDFI from Flare Network says, world's first compliant Decentralized futures protocol. Interesting stuff. KYC tokenization means no centralized entity involved. Blair Time Series Oracle driven futures market. You understand the difference between the XRPL ecosystem and Flare Networks ecosystem, or ethos, I should say? It's different. Flare has announced a partnership with Syndric Solutions to launch XDFI. XDFI, I love it. A new decentralized futures protocol created by Wall Street veterans. XDFI aims to raise industry standards for compliance and efficiency, delivering a trustless, non-custodial futures contract purchasing environment that operates 24/7. With regulatory uncertainty still an impediment to larger scale institutional investment in DeFi, XDeFi represents a welcome proposition for major investors. The protocol's third-party Know Your Customer Tokenization, KYCT, ensures 100% confidence that futures contract positions are purchased in a fully compliant manner. This ensures that all PTP matches between long and short positions are only between eligible counterparties. This KYCT approach is the first of a kind for DeFi. I'm not sure about that. I mean, you got Onto Finance, you got Centrifuge, so I'm not sure about first. But anyway, in any case, this KYCT approach is the first of a kind for DeFi, ensuring full compliance without a centralized intermediary, broker, or custodian. Flare technology has enabled the next phase in DeFi, paving the way for real-world asset pricing through FTSO telemetry and futures contracts enabled by on-chain smart contracts, said Santiago Velez. Again, this has always been the issue. The lack of governance has been the issue from the beginning, from day one. You just got to understand that and move forward with that. The gatekeeper, however, a great steward of the XRP, a great proponent, ambassador for the XRPL, a great steward of the XRP escrow, positioned themselves to be the gatekeeper to what comes on, what gets built on the XRPL. Right? We're talking about the second layer one in existence, the second, because all the Bitcoin things were forks of Bitcoin. And Flare has a couple things here, right? So just as an XRP holder, understand that. It ain't the builders. It's the gatekeeper who made a decision to go down, to go left instead of right, to go down payments instead of going other places. We can't just forget about Codius. Codius was a thing. It was pretty next level. It could have been built out in a significant way if the gatekeepers had decided that that's what it should have been done. And it wasn't. That's the bottom line. You know, we can question that decision 5-10 years from now. I'm not sure if now is the time to question that decision. But 5 or 10 years from now, yeah, I think so, right? So look, the EVM, the sidechain is coming. We'll see what it brings. The AMM is coming. That they got the fixed and all that stuff. We'll see what's coming. But I do want to share something from Santiago Velez. Hopefully I have it. He said something that I thought was very, very interesting in reference to this XDFI. But let me share what Hugo says here. The governor's proposals, so some new proposals coming out. And if you own FLR and if you own SGB, guess what? You get to say yay or nay. You get to hear arguments pro and con. The governor's proposals enable substantial upgrades to Flare's FTSO, increasing the utility offered by Flare to dApps and their users. Let me search Santiago Velez because he said something that I just think I think it's important to understand about Flare holders. Oh, he follows. He follows. Awesome. Let's see if I got it. It probably was a reply. I don't know. Santiago Velez says he's involved in a project. He says yes. Are you involved in this project? And Santiago says he is involved in the project. All right, let me find this because he says something about, you know, the fact by holding these FLR tokens. I'm on his thing and I don't see it. Bummer. Anyway, I can't find it. Let me see if it's perhaps a reply thing. What's her name? It's funny. What is her name? Elizabeth Warren is a little nervous. Like, this dude is going in here. So Santiago is part of this XDFI, which I think is awesome. I'm trying to think. Here it is right here. It says right here. All futures contracts using the FTSO will only be obtainable using the digital asset FLR. Let me say that again. All futures contracts using the FTSO, Flare Time Series Oracle, will only be obtainable using the digital asset FLR. Storage demand, creating demand for the token. The XRP, the asset XRP does not have that. You see, I understand that. All end of day settlement will also be in FLR. We will quickly expand to F assets as an additional means of purchase / settlement of these contracts as soon as they enter into production. Moonchaser said, that's amazing. So XDFI won't be issuing a token, but uses FLR and eventually F assets? No token to use the platform, says Santiago. We don't dabble in unregistered securities. We will have a token for a egalitarian voting system. But it's burned every quarter and only issued to those who use the protocol. We believe the users should have the voice. Very, very smart. Okay. Santiago goes on to say, why have a burnable, non-transferable token? Question mark. Late entrants that use the protocol, let's say a Fidelity's digital assets, should not have to accept accumulated voting history of counterparties that may no longer be using the protocol. Ongoing participations rewards voting power and say. I like it. In other words, he's saying active participation in the ecosystem is going to be the key. And unless we shift this whole buy and hold the XRP thing, because like it's a stock, unless we shift that around, by the way, right? You got to, I believe in the voting thing, for Flair and Songbird, you use your FLR and Songbird to vote. Like this voting power and the whole nine, right? This is Genius in Motion. And again, it all boils down to the approach of governance from day one. There's no hate towards the early devs. I call them Schwartz, and Thomas. No hate, big time love for them. In fact, without them, where would the XRPL be without David and Jeb, right? Arthur, I get it. But that decision to turn away from the governance model, remember, turn away from the governance model and go by the way of a centralized model comes with the cost. Whatever that cost is, it comes with a cost, whatever it is. And when I look at what they're doing here, I'm bummed because I have a multiple, in terms of dollar values, multiple 4Ks, multiple 4Ks of FLR that is not in my possession, that is in the possession of the estate, the bankruptcy estate. That is Celsius. That is a major bummer. FLR's at 3 cents. It's not bad. It's not a bad map. But goodness gracious, just in October was less than a penny, which is pretty cool. I remember buying, I was talking with my guy, Mickey B. Fresh, and I remember buying some FLR. It's up 53% in the last 30 days. It's pretty cool. This is the next level layer one, in my humble opinion. And I'm going to use some of that fiat, some of that stable coins to get it. I want to get a little bit of a better 3% on 24 hours is not enough. But I want to look to get a better entry into it. And I will purchase the value of what I have at Celsius because it's just brutal over there, kind of waiting for it. But anyway, in any case, that's what I wanted to share with you guys, right? And so you have to, here's what I say on the channel all the time. Go to where your assets are treated best. Last I checked, and again, when I say that, I think people kind of misunderstand when I say this next thing, which is last I checked, Ripple, Brad, and Chris did not get down on bended knee and ask for my hand in marriage, right? What I mean by that is it's your dirty, nasty fiat, right? That you put to work, that you enter into this ecosystem. And the idea is to go where your assets are treated best. And what I mean by that is the dirty, nasty fiat goes to a place where it is treated best. That's what I mean by that. Not leaving the XRPL ecosystem. I'm not leaving. But I do understand that I want to go to where my assets are treated best. All right, fam, there it is. This wraps up your XRP Ripple Daily News in around 0 to an hour, around 0 to 10 minutes. I hope that it has been of value to you. If it has, do me a favor and hit that like button. And if you enjoyed hanging out with the Crypto Siege and have enjoyed those hangouts, please consider subscribing to the channel. And don't forget to ring that notification bell, baby, so that you know whenever we go live or whenever we upload a video. I'm going to end this one like I do all my videos and remind you guys of this. Old money doesn't want you to win. But that's okay, though, because you and we're already winning. And I would ask you to consider this, perhaps ponder the idea or notion of living your life permissionless. I'll talk to you guys soon. See you.